Hi there, family. Let's whip up a very simple but absolutely delicious dinner of baked chicken and potatoes, Ghana jollof, and Ghana salad. Everybody's going to love it, and all those accolades you're sure to get. So I have here 5 pounds of chicken, organic, on sale. Always better when it's on sale. I'm just going to remove them. What I'm trying to do is called spatchcock. So I'm spatchcocking my chicken, and so after I remove the backbone, I'm going to have my chicken opened up. It's an easier and faster way to cook your chicken. So if you have less time to cook it, it's a perfect way to make sure your chicken is cooked. It also ensures that it is well seasoned and flavorful. And of course, if you are not a pro at cooking chicken, this is a good way for you to be sure that your chicken is cooked through. Remove the fat. You don't need that. You want to press. Now I'm going to pour a little bit of vinegar. Just rub it. And now I'm going to bring it into the sink. I want to trim off all the fat, of course. You want to pat it dry. You want all your seasonings to stick on your chicken, and the best way to make sure that is done or achieved is to make sure that your chicken is very dry. So you want to make sure that you get as much moisture off it as possible. Now you want to sprinkle some onion powder, a little bit of paprika, a little bit of ginger powder, some garlic powder, some black pepper, salt. Now I also have some all-purpose marinade. I have a recipe of this here on the channel. A drizzle of avocado oil, and now I'm just going to rub all of this all over my chicken. You want to make sure that chicken is very well coated with all this goodness. Be aiming at having it tasting absolutely delicious. And with all these goodies in here, you know we are assured, but make sure you tuck into all pockets. Make sure the chicken is really giving some TLC. Give it a good massage, you know that, and that way you know for sure your chicken is going to be very delicious. Now I'm going to cover. You want it to have enough time to marinate in the fridge. So now this is going to go in the fridge for at least 2 hours before we bake. I have some yukon potatoes washed. I'm just going to quarter these big ones, just like this. I like potatoes with my baked chicken. So I'm going to actually parboil my potatoes before I bake it with my chicken. Remember, most especially that the chicken is spatchcocked, so it's not going to take as long to cook. So you want to make sure that potatoes also gets a chance to cook through by the time the chicken is done. I'm going to add some water. Bring to a boil. I'll strain the water. Just drizzle a little bit more of avocado oil on it. Just a little bit of salt. Salt is going to seep from the chicken into it anyway. You just want to have just a little bit just in case. And I'm going to keep it natural and just add the rest of my marinade onto it. Now I'm just going to stir. It's still a little bit on the hot side, so I really don't want to touch it. Chicken very well marinated. I'm going to just transfer it right here. Cover with aluminum foil. You want to tent it. You don't want it to cook too much on your chicken. I have my oven preheated to 370 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to bake this for an hour. The first half hour I'm going to have it covered, and then 30 minutes later I am going to uncover it to cook for the next 30 minutes. I have 3 cups of tomato stew. I'm going to pour that right here. So this is my time-saving tomato stew, perfect for jollof, wachi stew, just rice and stew, whatever you want to make with it. I have videos here. I'm going to link some of them for you. It is so good for you to have this made ahead of time. It saves you a lot of time. I have 6 cups of washed rice. Now I'm going to stir my rice in my stew. I'm just going to try to make sure that all the rice grains are covered in the stew. Then I'm going to actually cover it a little while to toast before I add any liquid to it. This way your rice is going to come out perfect grains, perfect color, perfect texture. Just try that. Now I'm going to cover my rice for about 5 minutes to toast. 5 minutes later, this is how your rice looks. It is fragrant, quite lighter than it was when I first placed it in the stew. So it has really toasted a little bit. Your grains are going to come out beautiful. And now I'm going to actually use some stock to cook this. So this stew has no meat stock or anything. It just has a lot of herbs and spices, no real seasonings yet. So whatever flavor of meat or whatever flavor you want to have in your jollof is what you use. So this is how I make sure that it doesn't feel like we're eating the same kind of stew all the time. The base is very bland, so depending on the meat and the stock you put in it, you change the taste of your food. I typically would use my own chicken stock, but I did not have any in the freezer, and I'm not going to wait until my chicken is cooked to get some stock to cook the rice. So store-bought works as well. I've added some salt as well. Just going to stir this, and then I'm going to let my jollof cook. My chicken and potatoes have been baking for 30 minutes now. I'm going to remove the aluminum foil, rotate my roasting dish so chicken gets to cook evenly, and I'm going to place it back in the oven and let it cook for the next 30 minutes. Checking on our jollof, it is cooking beautifully. You can tell from the color. It smells so good in here as well. Don't be deceived and think this is not going to be perfectly cooked, so you need some water. There is enough moisture in here to cook your jollof through. So I'm just going to stir it to evenly distribute the heat. And then now I'm going to place half of an onion in my jollof as well. This is going to bring more fragrance and flavor to your jollof. I'm also going to add some bell peppers, so half of a yellow bell pepper as well as a red one that I have sitting in the fridge, just trying to use it. And these are all going to bring flavor to your jollof. So now I'm gonna try to just cover them up so that the heat will really cook it through and bring out all the fragrance and flavor in it. Cover with parchment paper, then the lid, and let it cook. We're gonna make some quick Ghana salad. This is green leaf lettuce, pre-washed. I just wash them and cut them up. And now I'm going to spin it. Cover. And this is all the water that is still sitting on the leaves, even though I actually shook them up a little bit before I cut it. So you want to get rid of that to make your salad very perfect. Now I'm going to slice some onions and grate some carrots as well to go on my salad. I'm going to also grate some carrots. Now that we are done prepping the ingredients for our salad, let's put it together. I'm going to put half of my green leaf lettuce in my bowl. And then to that, I'm going to add some of my sliced onion and grated carrots. For this layer, I'm not going to actually have any specific arrangement, just trying to scatter some onions as well as carrots on there. You're doing this so that for every scoop of your salad, you have an even distribution of all your ingredients. So just like that, sprinkle some carrots. I also have some tomatoes. So this is like medley salad tomatoes or snacking tomatoes actually. Slice in half. So I'm just going to throw a few over this as well, and then I'm going to put the rest of my green leaf lettuce on top of this, and this layer is where you actually try to place all your other ingredients beautifully to have a beautiful, attractive salad. So now I'm going to arrange my sliced onions. I'm going to go in the center of my salad with that one, just trying to spread it so it goes in a straight line all across the bowl, just like that. Now I'm also going to go with the carrots and do the same thing. Now I'm also going to place the rest of my half tomatoes in a line. At this point, I think you should get what we are doing. You get it, right? If you don't get it, forget it. I also have some Titus sardine, whatever kind of Titus. Titus sardine, so I'm just going to flake it. And it's also going to go in here, one lugger line. You could also use corned beef. You know that, don't you? So I have Titus. I have some hard-boiled eggs also. And I'm also going to follow the pattern. Follow the leader, follow the leader. Yay! And now I also have some baked beans going in. After all, Ghana salad are baked beans in Kahundie. So I've drained all the liquid from that. You did not spin your lettuce to leave the liquid in your baked beans in here. So make sure it's a little bit on the dry side. I was almost 100% positive that I had some Heinz salad cream, but I could not find it. So I have some mayonnaise, vinegar, and I'm also adding some agave nectar to that. And now I'm going to use my immersion blender to just whip this up. And that is going to give you your homemade Heinz salad cream, okay? You could also use sugar instead of the agave, but I chose to use the agave. And now this is going to go on my salad. Well, let me tell you, about 3 days later, I did find my salad dressing somewhere in the car. It just rolled over when I got it from the store. But yes, this is how I would have made it anyway. This is your homemade Ghana salad dressing, you know, your Heinz salad cream. And of course, what is it if you don't add a little bit of ketchup on here for, you know, a pop of color and a little bit of taste as well. So little specks of ketchup going on here as well. And that is all there is to your Ghana salad. All done and ready, looking beautiful, quite festive, I should say, you know, for the holiday celebrations as well. I'm going to let this chill in the fridge a little bit whilst I wait on my jollof and chicken. Our jollof, look at that, beautifully cooked. Didn't I tell you you did not need any extra liquid in there? Just look at how perfect it is. Well, camera, you better clear up. Let them see how gorgeous this is. Just look at that. Are you ready for the review? Are you? Ta-da! Here we go. So perfect. The grains just graining. Just say, bako. beautifully cooked. The grains, not sticking together or anything. Well, not typically what some people in this house would like, but this is how I actually like it. Party jollof on fleek. Onions and bell peppers doing their thing. Fragrance, flavor, everything. Check, 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 check. Chicken is also cooked at this point, and so you know what is about to happen here, what is about to happen here, what is about to happen here. Just look at that chicken. Juicy, flavorful, everything all set up here like that. I know, yes, it could be that simple. Dinner, very simple, especially when you have your tomato stew made ahead of time, potatoes, everything coming together. Now let's cut into our chicken to see how we made out with that as well. Just look at that. So juicy, very beautifully, perfectly cooked. And yes, you should try this very simple recipe. You will love it. And if you like potatoes, well, throw some on there as well. They're so good cooked with the chicken. Can you smell the aroma? Yeah. From what she was kitchen. Yeah. Delicious. Yeah, yeah. Delicious. Delicious. Yeah, yeah. Delicious. 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 Yeah, yeah. Delicious. And this, family, is how you end up with a gorgeous plate of Ghana jollof and salad. Very simple, easy to make, absolutely delicious. Everybody's going to love it. Very perfect for the season, quite festive, I should say. And I really hope you give this a try. Thanks so much for watching. Kindly give me a thumbs up and share. And until I come your way next time with something delicious, be loving, be kind, be happy.